helping make your life easier. Moms Every Day.
Welcome everyone to Moms Every Day. So you may remember last month, OVP Health's president, Dr. Robert Hess, joined us on Moms Every Day to talk about the company's new inpatient treatment facility in South Point, Ohio, called the OVP Health and Recovery Center. So joining us today is Rebecca Day, and we're following up on that subject. Now, Rebecca, I know that this is an outpatient addiction care and primary service center for patients at OVP Health's 20th Street location, and you're using a different approach here. It's an approach called medication assisted treatment, or MAT. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you just tell our viewers what's the difference between inpatient care and outpatient care, and when one approach may be better than the other in certain circumstances?
Yeah. Inpatient typically is more intensive, so they'll go into a treatment facility and they'll complete their individual and group counseling, and it's 24/7. They definitely it could be up to 30 days to 90, just depends on what the inpatient is for them. Outpatient, typically they do individual and group counseling in the office, and then they'll go home. So that's the difference. Doesn't really matter which one's appropriate. It just really depends on what they're at, where they're at in their stage of change, of their recovery, and what they're wanting.
Okay.
So we don't know really the approach. Just it's individually based.
Right. So at one point in time, one approach may be right for them, and then a little later, they could change.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. But I know group counseling is a huge component either way, no matter what type of treatment you're receiving. Why is this group counseling so important?
Group counseling is extremely important because you're putting your patient client into a group with people that have the same things going on in their lives, the same issues. So it is very imperative for them to go to groups so they can listen to other people's issues and how they were able to overcome that. So,
and I think it's helpful to be with other people who are going through the same thing as you, to be able to relate and know that you're not alone in some of these circumstances.
Absolutely, yes.
Talk about addiction. We know it has been rampant in our area, and it's a really difficult battle. In your experience at OVP Health, have you seen many patients overcoming their addictions and just completely changing their lives?
Absolutely. We have multiple in all of our locations, individuals that are able to get their kids back, obtain employment full-time, go back to school, purchase homes. So they have been able to overcome a lot and get back on track. And become more stable.
It's great to hear, yeah. and so needed throughout our community. Talk about OVP Health and how it operates by a specific philosophy of care that really sets it apart from other drug treatment programs.
Well, we go above and beyond in all of our locations, so I don't just speak for my location. We take walk-ins. If anybody needs anything, we do whatever we have to do to help them. We have an emergency number that we're able to, even after hours, they can contact us if there's any issues.
Make that time for those people that are in need. And right now, if there is someone in need who's watching this segment and saying, hey, I know someone, a loved one that's suffering from addiction, or I'm personally suffering from addiction, what message would you like to send out to them right now? And what would you like to tell those people?
That we extremely understand that it's very difficult to make that first step. So if you don't feel like calling, you can come into any of our locations and be able to be seen that day and get the treatment that you need and the respect that you deserve.
And sometimes is the hardest part just making that first phone call?
Yes, that's a huge step. So we whenever we get people that call, we always tell them, we appreciate that you called us and that we want to help you, truly want to help you.
And I'm sure it's a little bit different if it's a loved one calling for a person who they love that's suffering from the addiction. What would you tell them to say to the person that they're reaching out for?
That they're listening, that they're able to, even if they don't understand addiction, but just be able to listen to them and try to get them, call around, try to get them help, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, any location really, just to try to get them help.
Okay.
They need that.
That's wonderful, and just again, very needed throughout our area. So, you know, the 20th Street is a location, but also you have other locations as well.
Yes, we're located in all of in the tri-state. We have Gallipolis, we have all the way out in Kentucky and Prestonsburg. So and if you go to our website ovphealth.com, there is the locations and their numbers. So if anybody needs to go to anywhere that's close by, they can contact them and get in.
A breakdown on OVP Health and just so important, just reaching out, making that first phone call, being understanding and needed, and it sounds like you do go above and beyond for those in need. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it, and thank you all for joining us for Moms Every Day.